Receiving an IRS notice can be unsettling, but it's important to remember that you're not alone. Many people receive these letters every year for a variety of reasons, and most issues can be resolved without much trouble. The first step is to take a deep breath and avoid panicking. The IRS sends notices for many reasons, such as missing information, clarification requests, or even simple math errors. By approaching the situation calmly, you'll be better equipped to handle it efficiently. In this video, we'll walk you through each step to respond to an IRS notice with confidence and clarity. The first thing you should do when you receive an IRS notice is to read it thoroughly. Don't just glance at the letter and assume the worst. Take your time to understand exactly what the IRS is asking for. Notices usually include a summary of the issue, the tax year in question, and specific instructions on what you need to do next. Make sure you check the notice number, which is usually found in the upper right corner, as this will help you identify the type of issue. Understanding the notice is the foundation for a calm and effective response. It's tempting to set the notice aside and hope it goes away, but ignoring an IRS letter can lead to bigger problems. The IRS expects a timely response, and failing to act can result in penalties, interest, or even enforcement actions. Even if you think the notice is a mistake, it's important to acknowledge it. Mark any deadlines on your calendar and make a plan to address the notice as soon as possible. Taking prompt action is a key step in resolving the issue smoothly and avoiding unnecessary stress. Organization is your best friend when dealing with the IRS. Start by creating a folder, either physical or digital, where you can keep the notice and any related documents. Gather your tax returns, W-2 seconds, 1099s, and any other paperwork that might be relevant to the issue. Having everything in one place will make it easier to review the situation and respond accurately. Staying organized also helps you keep track of deadlines and correspondence, reducing the risk of missing important details. IRS notices are usually clear about what they need from you. Look for sections that explain the reason for the notice. Is it about missing information, a discrepancy in your reported income, or a request for payment? Understanding the specific issue will help you determine your next steps. If the notice is unclear, make a note of any questions you have so you can seek clarification later. Knowing exactly what the IRS wants is crucial for crafting an effective response. Before responding, review your own records to see if the IRS notice is accurate. Compare the information in the notice with your tax return and supporting documents. Sometimes, the IRS makes mistakes or receives incorrect information from third parties. If you find an error on your end, be honest and prepare to correct it. If you believe the IRS is mistaken, gather evidence to support your position. Double-checking everything helps ensure your response is accurate and complete. As a taxpayer, you have rights when dealing with the IRS. The Taxpayer Bill of Rights outlines protections such as the right to be informed, the right to challenge the IRS's position, and the right to appeal decisions. Familiarize yourself with these rights so you can advocate for yourself confidently. If you feel overwhelmed or unsure, remember that you can always seek professional help. Knowing your rights empowers you to respond without fear. Once you understand the issue, collect all relevant documents. This might include copies of your tax return, W-2 seconds, 1099s, receipts, or bank statements. If the notice references a specific transaction or income source, make sure you have the paperwork to back up your response. Having thorough documentation not only helps you respond accurately, but also demonstrates to the IRS that you are taking the matter seriously. When you're ready to respond, write a clear and concise letter addressing the IRS's concerns. Reference the notice number and tax year at the top of your letter. Explain your position, provide any requested information, and include copies of supporting documents. Be polite and professional in your tone. If you disagree with the notice, state your reasons and back them up with evidence. A well-organized response increases the chances of a quick resolution. Before sending your response, make copies of everything you plan to mail to the IRS. This includes your letter, any forms, and all supporting documents. Keeping a complete record of your correspondence is essential in case you need to follow up or reference your response later. Store these copies in your dedicated IRS folder for easy access. When mailing your response, use the address provided on the IRS notice. It's a good idea to send your documents via certified mail with a return receipt requested. This provides proof that you sent your response and that the IRS received it. Timely mailing is crucial, especially if the notice has a strict deadline. Keep your mailing receipt with your records for future reference. Some IRS notices allow you to respond online through the IRS website. If your notice includes this option, follow the instructions carefully. Responding online can be faster and more convenient, but make sure you save digital copies of your submission and any confirmation emails. Always use secure internet connections when dealing with sensitive tax information. Unfortunately, IRS-related scams are common. The IRS will never ask for payment via gift cards, wire transfers, or demand personal information over the phone or email. Always verify that your notice is legitimate by checking the notice number and contacting the IRS directly if you have doubts. Protect your personal information and be cautious of suspicious requests. If you have questions or need clarification, don't hesitate to contact the IRS using the phone number provided on your notice. Be prepared for possible wait times, and have your notice and tax information handy. IRS representatives can help explain the notice and guide you through your next steps. Clear communication can often resolve confusion quickly. If the notice is complex or you're unsure how to respond, consider seeking help from a tax professional. Certified public accountants, CPAs, enrolled agents, and tax attorneys are experienced in dealing with the IRS. They can review your notice, help you prepare a response, and represent you if needed. Professional guidance can provide peace of mind and ensure your response is accurate. IRS notices typically include a deadline for your response. Missing this deadline can lead to penalties or loss of appeal rights. Mark the date on your calendar and set reminders to ensure you respond on time. If you need more time, contact the IRS as soon as possible to request an extension. Staying ahead of deadlines helps you avoid unnecessary stress. If your notice indicates that you owe additional taxes, review the payment options available. The IRS offers several ways to pay, including online payments, checks, and payment plans. If you can't pay the full amount immediately, you may be able to set up an installment agreement. Addressing payment issues promptly can help you avoid further penalties and interest. If you disagree with the IRS's findings, you have the right to appeal. The notice should include instructions on how to file an appeal or request a reconsideration. Prepare your case by gathering all relevant documents and clearly stating your reasons for disagreement. The appeals process is designed to be fair and impartial, giving you a chance to present your side. Always keep detailed records of your communication with the IRS. This includes copies of letters, emails, and notes from phone calls. Record the date, time, and name of any IRS representative you speak with. Good record keeping ensures you have a clear history of your interactions, which can be invaluable if issues arise later. It's natural to feel anxious when dealing with the IRS, but staying calm is essential. Take breaks if you feel overwhelmed, and remember that most issues can be resolved with patience and persistence. If you find yourself getting stressed, reach out to friends, family, or professionals for support. Keeping a level head will help you navigate the process more effectively. While it's important to respond on time, don't rush through your reply. Take the time to review your documents, double-check your facts, and ensure your response is complete. A thoughtful, accurate reply is more effective than a hurried one. If you need more time, contact the IRS to discuss your options. The IRS website offers a wealth of resources to help you understand and respond to notices. You can find explanations of common notice types, sample response letters, and frequently asked questions. Taking advantage of these resources can make the process less intimidating and help you respond more effectively. IRS notices come in many forms, each with a specific purpose. Some common types include CP2000, underreported income, CP14, balance due, and CP3219A, statutory notice of deficiency. Understanding the type of notice you received helps you determine the best way to respond. The notice number is usually printed at the top right corner of the letter. Many IRS notices are sent because of simple math errors on your tax return. If this is the case, the notice will explain the correction and any changes to your refund or balance due. Review the IRS's calculations and compare them to your records. If you agree, no further action may be needed. If you disagree, follow the instructions to dispute the correction. Sometimes, the IRS sends notices because they need more information to process your return. This could be a missing form, signature, or clarification about a deduction. Respond promptly with the requested information to avoid delays in processing your return or refund. Double-check your submission to ensure you've included everything the IRS asked for. Occasionally, the IRS may ask you to verify your identity to prevent fraud. If you receive such a notice, follow the instructions carefully. You may be asked to provide copies of identification or answer security questions. Responding quickly helps protect your tax account and ensures your return is processed without delay. If you discover an error on your original tax return after receiving a notice, you may need to file an amended return. Use IRS Form 1040X to correct mistakes. Include a copy of the notice and any supporting documents with your amendment. Amending your return shows the IRS you're proactive and willing to resolve the issue. Sometimes, the IRS notice will inform you of changes to your refund amount. This could be due to math errors, missing information, or other adjustments. Review the notice carefully to understand why your refund changed. If you agree with the adjustment, no further action is needed. If not, follow the instructions to dispute the change. If you owe taxes and can't pay in full, the IRS offers installment agreements. You can apply online or by mail, and the IRS will review your request. Setting up a payment plan helps you avoid more severe collection actions and shows the IRS you're committed to resolving your balance. If you've been assessed penalties, you may qualify for penalty abatement due to reasonable cause, such as illness or natural disaster. The IRS considers requests on a case-by-case basis, include a written explanation and any supporting evidence with your request. Penalty relief can reduce your overall tax burden if approved. If your notice involves a joint return and you believe your spouse or former spouse is solely responsible for the tax issue, you may qualify for innocent spouse relief. This provision can protect you from liability for taxes, interest, and penalties. Review IRS guidelines and consider consulting a tax professional to determine your eligibility. If you're unable to pay your full tax debt, you may qualify for an offer in compromise, which allows you to settle your tax debt for less than the full amount owed. The IRS considers your ability to pay income, expenses, and asset equity. Applying for this program can be complex, so professional assistance is often helpful. If you ignore an IRS notice about unpaid taxes, the IRS may initiate collection actions such as liens, levies, or wage garnishments. Responding promptly and communicating with the IRS can help you avoid these serious consequences. If you're facing collection, seek professional advice immediately. If you're unable to resolve your issue through normal IRS channels, the Taxpayer Advocate Service TAS can help. TAS is an independent organization within the IRS that assists taxpayers facing financial hardship or unresolved problem. Contacting TAS can provide an extra layer of support and guidance. Always safeguard your personal and financial information when responding to the IRS. Use secure mailing methods, avoid sharing sensitive data over email, and verify the identity of anyone claiming to be from the IRS. Protecting your privacy helps prevent identity theft and fraud. Tax laws and IRS procedures can change over time. Stay informed by checking the IRS website for updates and subscribing to official newsletters. Being aware of changes helps you respond accurately and avoid common pitfalls. After resolving your current notice, take steps to avoid future issues. Double-check your tax returns for accuracy, keep thorough records, and file on time. Consider using tax preparation software or working with a professional to minimize errors. Proactive habits can save you time and stress in the future. Incorrect withholding can lead to tax notices about underpayment or overpayment. Review your W-4 and make adjustments if necessary to ensure the right amount is withheld from your paycheck. This can help you avoid surprises at tax time and reduce the risk of future IRS notices. Opting for direct deposit of your tax refund can reduce the risk of lost or delayed checks. It's a secure and efficient way to receive your money. Make sure your bank information is accurate when you file your return to avoid processing issues. Filing your tax return electronically reduces errors and speeds up processing. E-filing also provides confirmation that your return was received. Many tax software programs check for common mistakes and help you avoid issues that could trigger IRS notices. A CP2000 notice means the IRS found a difference between your return and information reported by third parties. Review the notice, compare it to your records, and respond with any corrections or explanations. If you agree with the IRS, follow the payment instructions. If you disagree, provide documentation to support your position. A CP14 notice indicates you have a balance due. Review the notice for details about the amount owed and payment options. Respond promptly to avoid additional penalties and interest. If you can't pay in full, consider setting up a payment plan with the IRS. A CP3219A notice is a statutory notice of deficiency. This means the IRS proposes changes to your tax return, often resulting in additional tax owed. You have the right to challenge the proposed changes by filing a petition with the U.S. tax court within the specified time frame. Review the notice carefully and seek professional advice if needed. Every interaction with the IRS is a learning opportunity. Reflect on what triggered the notice and how you handled it. Use this experience to improve your record keeping, filing habits, and understanding of tax rules. Being proactive can help you avoid similar issues in the future and respond with even more confidence next time. Responding to an IRS notice doesn't have to be overwhelming. By staying calm, organized, and informed, you can handle the situation with confidence. Remember to read the notice carefully, gather your documents, and respond thoughtfully. Seek help when needed, and use each experience to strengthen your tax knowledge. You've got this. Handling an IRS notice is just another step in managing your financial life responsibly.